Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Today we have Dorothy Bossé with us. And Dorothy, thank you so much for joining us today and being on this little interview with me. So I would love you to introduce yourself and let us know what you do.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here and to connect. As you know, well, you know, but the audience doesn't. I am an empowerment coach, and I'm actually founder of this business called Inspired by Choice. So, what that means is I'm in the business of inspiration. And I bring inspiration to folks through ideas, inspired action. And where I thrive as a coach is helping and supporting people through inspired change to get them from where they are to where they want to go. So I am a certified life coach, certified health coach, and certified transformational coach. And I come into this work with a background of 20 years in sales and marketing. So I also have a corporate background going into my coaching business. Yeah.
Nice. That's amazing. So you can you elaborate more on how you help people with the business you do? So a little bit more so people know how and why they could choose you because you said three different things. So if you could elaborate on that, please.
Yes, for sure. So how I help people is usually by empowering them. And how does somebody realize that they need my services? Well, chances are that it's one of two things. You're feeling stuck and you don't know what you need to do to get unstuck. You're searching, struggling, and not sure where to go next, what to do next, but now feels wrong somehow, and you're looking for clarity. Or you know exactly what you want, you know exactly what you'd like to do, but it just feels so big and so terrifying and so different. You could use a little bit of support in crossing that bridge from where you are and usually who you are today and where you want to get to, which usually requires us to become a new version of ourselves. This is where this whole transformational piece comes from, is developing a new identity for yourself that's aligned to the person you want to be in the future versus the person that you've been in the past. And where I shine in this is in my one-on-one coaching work, where I work with any a specific individual on their specific goals or vision of the future, and then their unique specific challenges that have really kept them stuck from getting to that vision in the past, and bridging that gap in a way that's fun, that's comfortable, that's at the individual's pace, and that meets them in their specific style. So getting inspired by choice, I cater what I do for people to their personalities and their needs.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. It's so inspiring. You already have people hooked on.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, how did you decide, or how did you get into becoming the empowerment coach? There has to be something that must have happened.
Oh, there was lots of things that happened. So, like I said, 20 years in corporate sales and marketing. And I would say into maybe 15, 16 years, I knew this wasn't, something was off. I wanted to make a change, but it took me quite a while to figure out exactly what that change would look like. And at the time, I was already taking on leadership roles and helping develop young talent, actually developing talent at different levels of the organization, coaching in my capacity, in my leadership capacity, professionals and seasoned salespeople, even some seasoned entrepreneurs that worked under the company umbrella. And I realized that this part of the work, the bringing the best version of people out and letting them shine and helping, supporting them and find the confidence to be themselves and show up as the best version of themselves, that was this part that felt really, really satisfying. And people actually in my corporate world would teasingly, lovingly call me coach. They just assigned me that title. So it was kind of ringing in the back of my mind as a possibility, but I had to overcome my own personal fears and blocks first, which is why it took a few years before I made the decision. And when the pandemic hit, the organization made the decision to close down the local offices. So I was given this opportunity by the universe, one of these now or never opportunities where, okay, you have an out, you're going to have to make a change anyway because we weren't prepared to move with the organization out west. So what are you going to do now? And that's when I signed up for the coaching programs and never looked back.
That's amazing. Yeah, wow. And now you've started your own business doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
yes. I'm
nice.
into the
That's
third
nice.
year already. Yeah.
Nice. So with every business comes some challenges. So what were those challenges that you faced when you started your business, and how did you overcome them?
So it was interesting because when I announced that I was going to go into coaching, I was met with two very polarly different responses. There was the group of people that said, "Oh, coaching, yes, that's perfect for you. That makes so much sense." And the group of people that went, huh, okay, and didn't really know didn't really know what to add on to that. Um, so becoming an entrepreneur is challenging. Everybody knows that in any way, shape, or form. You're starting from the ground up. When you've been a career professional, you're used to having support from the different departments. So everybody knows this, that stepping into a and role as an entrepreneur and having to wear all of the hats and starting off as a solopreneur can be challenging because you're isolated and you get pulled in all of these different directions. But I would say one of the biggest challenges for me was actually having a lot of people in my inner circle not really understanding what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and why on earth I would walk away from such a wonderful career track, which I was on a wonderful career track, a very lucrative career track. Why somebody would walk away and do that to do this coaching thing that I think most people think they know what it's about, but they don't really understand it. They don't really necessarily want to understand it. And if they can't wrap their heads around it, yeah, they struggle with that. And that would have been the hardest part is going it alone and realizing that a lot of people around me just don't get what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because when the
Yeah.
doubts pop up, you don't really have your network there yet to say, no, no, it's okay. I got your back. You're on the right track. The support system tends to go, well, you could always give this up and go back to corporate, right? Like that would be okay too.
You never can. Once we have tasted this side or this energy, you can't go back to that energy. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a hard one to explain to people because you and I were chatting a little bit earlier. For us, this is a calling, and once you answer the call, you're right, you can't go back. People search for this type of connection to life's purpose their whole life, oftentimes, and they never find it. And when we find it, it's beautiful, it's rewarding, it's so fulfilling, but it doesn't give you the option to get off the track. And that's
Exactly.
really hard to experience if someone else hasn't experienced it for themselves. Yeah.
Right. We are moving towards the fifth dimensional kind of where we
Yes.
are getting our calling, but we still have to live in the third dimensional, paying the bills,
Yes.
kind of. Yes. And there are many people who are, they're not there yet, where they still do not understand what that move can entail. It's also fear, it's the unknown. Some people
Yeah.
don't even know that there is something like that available for them.
Yes.
So maybe we are planting seeds for them to say, oh, look what she did. I really want to do it. And they live in that sort of misery because they are full of fear. But maybe we all holistic practitioners, empowerment coaches can be some inspiration to them, right?
100%. And that was actually a part of my story that I didn't mention, and I should mention. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, I noticed that there were certain people who would announce that they were leaving corporate to go and do something else, go do another type of profession and leave completely. And I noticed that the moment they made that declaration, there was this sparkle in their eye, this pep in their step, this completely new energy about them. And that I found that so inspiring in others. And that was one of the seeds that planted inside of me. I want to find that. I want to find that thing that makes me light up from within. And I knew I wasn't in it. It just took me a while to figure out what that was.
Yeah, but slow and steady. We get there during our time, right? That's there.
Yes, exactly.
So tell me, what do you love about what you do? Like we all have this passion that we've created, but there is something that we really love about it. What was
Yes.
that for you?
For me, it's that moment where I'm coaching with somebody and something clicks for them. We're having a conversation. It's not necessarily words that I said, it might be words that they said themselves, and something clicks. And then from that moment, it's like you had a flower bud that was tightly closed, and all of a sudden they just start to blossom and they go off and they start sending you messages and saying, I did this, I went out and I created that, and I took this step and I took that step. And you're seeing how they're opening up and how they're stepping into their power, and you're seeing the amazing things that they're able to create and achieve. And you're thinking, wow, I got to be a part of that. Like, look at this person, look how vibrant they are, and I got to be there as part of their journey. It's so incredibly rewarding, and I'll get messages or I'll get clients tell me all the time, oh, well, I thought about reaching out and saying something, but I didn't want to bother you. I didn't want to, interrupt you. And I said, please bother me when you're doing amazing things. Send it my way. Like, you have no idea how it feeds my soul to see how people are taking off and just being so vibrant. It's the most rewarding thing.
It is really true. Like when that spark clicks, when that pilot becomes a flame within them,
Yes. Yeah.
it's really amazing for them, but I think it's double rewarding for us, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like seeing their happiness doubles my happiness. And I think this kind of happiness, nothing can bring. You can't put words to it. No material things can get that for us, right? It's a very different kind of happiness.
Well, and if I had to put a word to it, the word that comes through for me is purpose. Every time I see that, I get this sense of purpose fulfilled, and it's
Mm.
dual to exactly what you said. I feel my purpose is being fulfilled, and they're fulfilling their purpose. It's like check, check,
Yeah.
and that's so satisfying.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Oh, I love that feeling. I love it.
I
So,
know, right?
how do you see yourself in the future? Have you had a vision of what you want to do? What'll future look like for your company, for you?
Well, there's a reason I didn't call the company after my name. I could have called it Dorothy Bossé Coaching, and I didn't. I chose to call it Inspired by Choice. And I didn't even know it at the time when I selected the name, but this is my brand promise, and this is my vision for the future, is having this organization, this Inspired by Choice entity, to reach and touch people and get them to live in a way that is inspired by choice, and touching and inspiring more and more people in wherever they are on life's journey. So I see this growing bigger than myself, and getting bigger in terms of the amount of content that's offered, the amount of different ways that people can interact with the company. So more programs, webinars, hopefully getting one day an entire team of coaches and holistic practitioners working with me, to meet people in where they are, and to interact with them on how they want to experience their growth journey. So have art therapists and have healers and have all sorts of different individuals under the Inspired by Choice umbrella, so that when you walk in, whatever it is that inspires you, we've got it.
Right, right. And that's how I see it, and that's how I'm doing these holistic practitioner interviews. Like, hey, you know what? We are helping each other, and we all are helping you all. That's what
Yeah.
my thing is too. We're pretty similar there, Dorothy.
Oh yeah, well that's right. Energies attract.
Right. And I think we all are all moving to that one goal and purpose, right? So that's really great. So, what advice would you give people who want to enter this holistic field, this coaching or any other holistic practitioner? What advice would you give them?
Make sure that you're very, very clear on your why. Why are you stepping into this? There's no secret. This can be a very challenging space, whether where you're stepping in is heavily regulated or just heavily saturated. Like I said, there are way more simple, straightforward ways for somebody to make a dollar. So if you're looking to get into this, it's really worthwhile to say, what is my rationale behind this? What is my why behind the why? Because there will be days when it gets pretty challenging and it can feel very lonely. Um, Holistic practitioners, we use our personal energy very, very heavily to serve others. So there will be times where our own energy gets very depleted. I think you'll resonate with that. I certainly do. And in those moments of doubt, when you ask yourself, maybe there's an easier way, you want to be able to anchor into a very strong sense of purpose to keep going.
Right. And also, I would like to add certain people look at you very differently and awkwardly. Just stand your ground with what you have decided because this
Yeah,
is your journey, not theirs. Yeah. And if you would
exactly.
like to add on to this, if people are wanting to start a business, the entrepreneurs in this, what advice would you like to give them as well?
I would say networking is everything, but probably not the way you might think of networking. I mean, connections to grow your business are very, very important, but finding your community, creating community, getting connected with other individuals who are already in this, who are maybe a few steps ahead of you or in different disciplines, having that. Yeah, community of other people that you can ask questions to, have coffees with, get connections from, becomes so valuable than trying to go at it alone and being completely isolated. Oftentimes, entrepreneurs start off in a home office, right? So you're isolated in your own house, and we grow in community, we heal in community. It's just exponentially faster if you have community. So when you're investing in your business, invest in growing the community of like-minded people that can support you. And from there, you're going to get referrals and you're going to get clients and you're going to get ideas. So yeah, if someone's looking to become an entrepreneur, definitely invest in getting out there, meeting people and building like personal connections. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so inspiring. Wow. Oh, and it is your a company name, Inspired.
There you go. There you go. It's a
Great.
promise.
Yes, yes. So if people want to work with you, take your expertise into their lives, where can they contact you?
Yes, so a great place to start is the website, www.inspiredbychoice.ca. I'm also on LinkedIn and I am on Instagram. So people can follow me, and I certainly would invite anybody to connect with me on social media. There will be lots of new programs coming out. I've been doing one-on-one coaching, like I said, almost exclusively up to this point, but I will have a new group coaching programs launching this spring, and online webinars where people can experience me in a one-off session in a bigger group setting so they can
Mm,
decide if it's a good fit. I also invite people through the website to book a meet and greet with me, a Zoom call like this, just
yeah.
to get to know me, ask personal questions, ask more about the coaching process so that they can decide if this is a good fit for them at this time and with
Right.
me. Because there's three different choices that people get to make to stay inspired. Am I ready for coaching? Am I ready for coaching now? And is this lady the best fit for me at this time? And there is absolutely no hard feelings if that's not the case. At least we help you along to figure out what's right for you.
You just planted that seed for them. And then along the time, they are going to come back. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
yeah, we all have to plant seeds. Even when our kids don't listen to us, we are only planting seeds, right? And we
Right?
keep watering it for them to grow and understand, this was that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, Dorothy, thank you so much. This is so inspiring. And people go, even just talk to her for that 15 minutes, get to know her and just get that little inspiration from her, even if you don't take her right away, which mostly you will. But you know what? Just do it. It's really nice. It's really nice, and the energy Dorothy gives out is amazing. It's really vibrant, just like her colors that she has on her card, what she's wearing. So yeah, please, and I will add all the information to contact her at the end of our video. Any last words, Dorothy, before we say thank you to everybody?
No, I'm very grateful for this time and I appreciate the opportunity to share with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, everyone. Please contact Dorothy, and we will have some more practitioners on for you. Thank you, and bye bye.